Hello, beautiful sisters. So, still in the space of being called to deliver messages after the first 6 welcome messages were delivered. And the next one I'm guided to share here is this one, which I felt strongly was a card of manifestation here on this planetary realm. I also feel that we are strengthening as pillars of light on this realm. The letters on the card are IMIX, IMIX, or it's maybe a number. Who knows, but let's find out. This is the only card I'm guided to share in this video, so this one's special, all on its own. It gets a video all on its own. So let's see, again, just becoming familiar with this deck and this book. Today, in the last few hours now, I've been at this for 3 hours and it feels like no time, really. And it's been such a fun, joyful ride sharing. So let's see what comes next. If I can find it. It'll take time to figure out. Oh, there it is. Oh, I was calling it IMIX. It's called Imesh. Imesh. Source of life, divine nurturance and support, primordial mother, undivided primal waters, primal trust and nourishment, receptivity and self-love. And through this energy, all dreams are manifest in the here and now. Imesh represents the root source of life, the nurturance and support of primary being, and within it are found the primal waters of unity. We've got that card coming up in another video. This is where your deepest roots receive true nourishment. Imesh is the energy of form contained within the formless of the primordial sea. It represents the receptive vibration in which sound, light, ecstasy, time, space, and form were born. It is the primal spiral of creation whose face can be seen as the primordial mother in sacred union with the spiral of God. The gift of Imesh is the power of birthing, the potential of becoming what you already are, and the offer of sustenance, support, and cradling energy after your emergence. And remember, this came through the first 3 cards of the deck. It followed the measure card. Remember, and the dream, where is it? It's here. The dreamer and the dreamed were on, these were, measure was in the middle and these were on either side. So this is so awesome. The gift of Imesh is the power of birthing, the potential of becoming what you already are, and the offer of sustenance, support, and cradling energy after your emergence. Had to read that twice. Imesh represents the strong protective parent who nurtures the divine child through the power of devotion, the loving support that results from receptivity and primal trust. Primal trust means making choices with no guarantees, knowing that the divine nurturance will provide what is needed for your journey. It means making choices moment by moment, implicitly trusting your innate steering mechanism of heart knowing. Primal trust implies surrendering to the will of the divine, letting go of what your ego deems to be control of the outcomes in your life. It means deeply trusting the processes that are at work within your present spiral of evolution. The energy of Imesh asks you to embrace the depth of your receptivity. Perhaps you have been taught that it is better to give than to receive. Giving is a powerful way to learn how to receive, yet it is not the whole picture. There is a current of completion, a circuit of completion in giving and receiving that happens within you and in your external world at the same time. If you trust unconditionally in the giving, you are not attached to how the gift is received. And we just spoke about this. A beautiful friend of mine and I did not too long ago. When you freely give, you fill your cup with sweet waters, which you can then offer innocently and purely to another. Know on one level that your gift is poured out universally, regardless of how it appears to be received. However, when the gift comes from ego, it is limited by expectations and conditions. Love just is. It is neither given nor taken. Rather, it is simply discovered and allowed. It is also a great gift to allow others to give freely to you, for in your receptivity the circuit of love is completed. Love is all that is, and by completing the circuit of giving and receiving on the physical plane, you form an infinite loop that continually expands into new I'm just laughing because I drew new octaves of expression on other planes. So I was doing a little doop-de-doo, infinite loop, and it keeps getting bigger each time I go around it. It's bigger and bigger. When you feel someone offering you a deep connection, become fully present, empty and still yourself. Feel, sense, observe, be aware of how you may be thinking other thoughts, shifting papers, or listening to distractions like television. Often your mind, internal processes, or physical busyness can create an active rather than a receptive field. Become a still pool of essence. That is so beautiful. Become a still pool of essence. And if you remember, you may not have seen, the very first card shared on the event page was return to silence. And we could just say return to stillness. It's one and the same. When you are present, breathe deeply and open your heart. Then listen from that place. The universe is based on spiraling in-breath and out-breath of giving and receiving. When you truly receive, you open yourself up to accelerated evolution. When you enter into that circuit, you truly understand that there is only love. All life in the three-dimensional universe moves in a spiral path, from the tiny DNA helix to the greatest galaxy. Imesh represents not only the stirring of this spiral in the primordial waters of creation, but also the great mystery, the spiraling path of evolution out of the waters. Each new cycle of learning begins when you have completed the last loop of the previous cycle. Each little spiral is a part of a larger spiral in which whole galaxies are swirling relentlessly through space. As a totality, then, the spiral of Imesh represents the whole process of cosmic evolution, the work that we came for. A meditation for Imesh is primordial cauldron of mystery, spiraling vortex, quicken me, stir me in primal trust in your love. Trust is a natural part of being directly connected to source of all emanations. Imesh represents the direct connection to this pattern on earth with all other realities. The universe is an inseparable whole. Imesh represents the energy matrix lines that look like a web in the universe through which all points are connected in time and space. This energetic web of communication is known as the Crystal Grid Network. It is a cauldron of creation, a potent field in which all things are not only possible, but constantly being created. Within this grid, the linear casualty of time and space has been freed into a system in which all time and all space exist and interact simultaneously. This grid connects the larger holograms of reality with our own. Its energy line connects all places, times, and events, even those that are seemingly unrelated. All phenomena and all actions are a part of the larger whole. It is the very foundation for telepathy and synchronicity. Enmesh embodies unity in which all things are one within the source. I love this. The number for Enmesh is 1. Enmesh represents the undivided primal waters, the primal sound of creation. 1 represents the chalice of the infinite, ever-existing, indivisible essence. The color for Enmesh is burgundy, the color of the blood of life. Burgundy represents the love, trust, and nurturance found in the engendering soil of the earth. And the ancient chant and meditation for this color is the blood of the ancients that runs through our veins. Times pass, but the circle of life remains. If you wish to explore or access this powerful energy further, visualize the color burgundy. 1122 Masters of Light. It truly is an honor and privilege to be walking Mother Earth with you now. Thank you.